Hello! So today I'm just posting a brief update and reaction to the new Tekken 8 trailer, which I think serves the solitary purpose of announcing the much anticipated return of Jun Kazama. Now, those that have followed my recent forays into Tekken character discussions, and particularly my Jun Kazama episode, you will know that I thought Tekken 8 was the ideal time to reintroduce her, following the demise of Heihachi and leaving only two key characters of the Mishima bloodline on the table, which is the father and son of Kazuya and Jin, and she is naturally the missing puzzle piece between these two and will help develop and augment this strained paternal kinship, because of course Kazuya and Jin don't really know one another, and the circumstances of Jin's birth and so on is quite a murky ordeal, so it feels like it needs to be concluded at some point, and there's no better time than now, as I say, off the back of Heihachi's demise in Tekken 7. So, that said, and turning to the trailer, there's a few things that stand out here, and maybe we shouldn't read too much into it, because of course it's only a 90-second glimpse into game events, but I think they do indicate where the story may be heading. And firstly, yes, I think we will be seeing the origin story of Jin, Jun, and indeed Kazuya, because there are brief flashes of the child Jin reaching up to hold his mother's hand in this trailer. So those of us who have wanted this decades-old mystery surrounding Jun and Kazuya's meeting, which has only fleetingly been alluded to in the 1997 Tekken motion picture, it seems like Tekken 8 will indulge us here and finally clear that up. Secondly, while Jun Kazama has evidently returned as a character, it remains to be seen precisely what condition her character is in. And what I mean by that is that if we look at her appearances in the trailer, if we look at her official character art, compared to other legacy characters from Tekken 2 onwards, such as Kazuya, Lei Wulong, Law, Paul, and so on, she hasn't aged a day. And so this begs the question, is Jun Kazama some sort of spirit or ghost? Will she be confined to flashback segments of the game only? Or, like Nina Williams, who was cryogenically frozen and retained her youthful appearance, has something weird and supernatural happened to Jun in the interim years, which explains her absence and her youthful looks? So again, this remains to be seen, but as the trailer shows, she monologues to Jin about fate and guiding him against evil, so it's not impossible to suggest that she is in fact a spirit or a supernatural guide figure for him. And again, we did see him picturing her as a sort of phantom-esque figure in Tekken 4, so it is possible that she is conflating with the angel character from Tekken 2 perhaps, to counter the devil who has conflated with Kazuya since Tekken 2, so merging these opposing forces of light and dark, good and bad, into these respective characters maybe. And this leads, I suppose, onto my final point about the trailer, and I discussed this in my Jun Kazama episode and my Devil Kazuya episode, which is that many of us who have empathized with Kazuya throughout his journey and feel that actually he's sort of a victim and became bad through the villainous actions of his father more than anything else, so he sort of perhaps has a glimmer of hope or redemption about him. It seems like, at least for now, this angle has been dismissed, if the trailer is anything to go by, because of course, as we expect, it consists of him and Jin smashing one another to pieces and throwing one another through buildings and so on. But the tone of Jun saying Jin needs to align against evil and corruption, and Kazuya obviously embodying that evil and corruption, makes it seem like he is the new big bad antagonist. And for me personally, I think he will get a redemption arc or some closure, and I think he deserves it. But increasingly, I think it will be in his dying moments, or when he's defeated, if the devil leaves him to become an external evil entity once more, something like that. But again, I don't want to read too much into a 90-second trailer that isn't offering much clarity. Aside from that, we saw a few other characters. Lars is evidently returning as a support character to Jin. We saw faithful legacy characters appear, such as King, Law, Paul, and Jack. Not sure what's going on with Paul's hairstyle. He looks like he's having a midlife crisis and listening to Flock of Seagulls, but I love that guy, so I'm just glad he's featuring in the game. So there we have it, a very brief wrap up on my thoughts on the Tekken 8 trailer, and what the implications of Jun Kazama's return might be. If you got this far, thanks for listening. Please consider sharing, subscribing. Drop your thoughts below and let me know your thoughts on the latest Tekken 8 trailer.